Hello everyone, welcome to Aptera Owners Club. Just today, CNBC released a video called Solar-Powered Cars Are Here, but Can They Go Mainstream? And they talk about the usual players, Sono Motors, Aptera, and Lightyear. And I wanted to go over it with you guys because there's a couple of things in here that are kind of new information and stuff we haven't seen before. So I thought we'd watch it together and kind of talk about it.
In terms of looks, Aptera Motors is on the opposite end of the spectrum as Sono. This company's zippy three-wheeler definitely turns heads on the highway.
You know, a lot of the modern EVs, especially the SUVs and stuff, there's some that are creeping over 8,000 pounds. Some notable monsters at almost 10,000 pounds. So, you know, a lot of the big SUV EVs, the battery packs in those EVs actually weigh more than the Aptera.
Okay, so that's actually, I think that is the first person that's gotten a ride in the Gamma that's in the media. So we know that David Huerta got a ride, and so far we knew that probably some media outlets were getting rides in the Gamma, and there's probably several others. They just haven't uploaded their footage yet. But this is the CNBC writer. There was a couple of creaks and rattles in there, and I don't know if that was the camera equipment or the car or whatever, but something to notice.
Altogether.
Wow. Aptera's base model has a lithium-ion battery with a 250-mile range, and its most premium model has a 1,000-mile range. That's possible because the vehicle is so lightweight.
Okay, so I wanted to look at this. This is something I hadn't noticed. Remember in the Alpha vehicle, in Jay Leno's video, the wheel pants wobbled like crazy, and I hadn't noticed this. We've seen this footage before, but I hadn't noticed this until this video. When I was just happened to watch it, I noticed this wheel pant hits this manhole cover right here, and if you look at it as it goes by, it's very stable. Like there's no wobbling there. It just goes in and out. So those wheel covers are rock steady. And you'll see there's a little footage of the Alpha vehicle next, and you can compare it.
Lightweight. On an average Southern California day, CEO Chris Anthony says you'll get an additional 30 solar-powered miles per day.
Okay, so that's the new information. She says that on an average sunny day, the Aptera will get 30 miles of solar range. Now, we've always heard 40 until now, but it's a little bit differently wording. I don't think that the actual solar range has changed. It's just the way that Aptera is deciding to present it is different, because they used to say up to 40 miles of range, but now they're saying an average sunny day gives you 30 miles of range. So it could still be that you can get up to 40 in perfect conditions, but I think they decided that they didn't want to have people thinking that 40 was something that they were going to get commonly, and when it's an up to, when that's just under most optimal conditions. And so I went to their website, and I remember they used to have a solar calculator on their website, and it's gone now. And they have this thing called Calculate My Savings, and if you look in here and you click this, then you say, what is your average local solar exposure? Little, low, medium, high, very high. So they don't really say like what that means. There used to be like a map and told you which zone you're in. But let's say that you're like very high exposure. So I'm in Southern California. I figure I'm very high exposure. I go here next and I say, oh yeah, I drive like, 37 miles a day. I have a gas vehicle. My gas vehicle tends to be pretty good mileage, like 35, and then does this, and I pay maybe $5 for a gallon of gas, and here you go. It'll save me $2,000 a year, and it says free miles per day 30, and free miles per year is 10,950. And then I figured this out, and this is basically saying that you're going to average out to 30 miles a day. If you do 30 times 365, you get this number. So I think they're trying to give you an average miles per day rather than a up to maximal best case scenario miles per day. 30 miles per day, I think, is still pretty optimistic as an average number, but I think that's the way that the marketing is changing a little bit. So now they're telling media outlets, average of 30 miles a day under good sunny conditions, rather than a theoretical maximum of 40. So I don't think that means it's an actual change in the solar charging capacity of the car.
Day, and 11,000 each year. Overall, the two-seater is designed to
Okay, so but I want to back up a little bit and remember this wheel pants. Look at it.
On an average Southern California day,
Okay, watch this wheel cover here as it goes over these minor undulations in the road. Do you guys see that? It's wobbling like crazy. See that wobble? So that's what we were seeing in the Jay Leno video of the wheel covers wobbling like crazy. It looks like in the Gamma they fixed the wobbling problem.
CEO Chris Anthony says you'll get an additional 30 solar-powered miles per day and 11,000 each year. Overall, the two-seater is designed to maximize efficiency.
You only get 25 to 27% of the energy out of the fuel you burn in a combustion engine. So we moved to electric and actually have our motors in the wheels, which is even more efficient and powerful for our driving.
Depending on range and other optional features, the Aptera costs between $26,000 and $48,000. However, Anthony says that due to supply chain issues, prices are expected to increase.
Okay, did you guys catch that? She's saying that Chris Anthony told her that prices are expected to increase. So that's kind of it's almost confirmation that prices are going to increase. So I don't know how they're going to handle that. Are they going to handle it as for new reservation holders, they're going to increase price, or across the board? Now, before people get upset that like Aptera is not honoring their price or anything like that, when you signed up for that reservation, in the language, it specifically says this is not a guarantee of price. This is just the price we expect, and the price that actually comes on is not may or may not be the price that's figured. So you're not buying a car; you're just reserving a space in line. And when your space in line comes up, they will tell you then when your actual expected delivery date is and what the actual price will be at that time. So don't get too upset that they're like going back on their word or anything. They specifically said that this price was not set in stone and it is not a guarantee of price.
The company says there are 37,000 pre-orders for the vehicle, which is technically classified as a motorcycle, though you don't need to have a motorcycle license or wear a helmet to drive it. The vehicle's body will be manufactured by the CPC Group in Italy and assembled here in Aptera's headquarters, starting next year.
Our amazing facility here in Carlsbad, California is really broken up into two sections. One is our base.
So this is the render of the video that they just released a few days ago, but actually there's some video in here that we haven't seen before, and it's of the solar manufacturing plant.
Assembly line, which is the blue line that runs around the factory. And in the center is our battery line, the green.
Okay, so he confirms this is the battery line. This is where the battery is going to be manufactured. So the battery will be manufactured at the battery modules will be made. So probably the bus bars and stuff will be welded to the individual cells at the final assembly facility.
Green lines that run around the factory. Over an 8-hour shift, we can build about 40.
Okay, so this is footage we have never seen before, and I think this is a 3D render of the solar panel manufacturing plant. So you can see the solar cells being laid out, and then this is, I think, the press, and here is like a solar hatch being made right here. So they've obviously have a render for the solar facility, which is the building that's a few blocks down the road from the final assembly plant. That's where they're going to be building the solar panels. And this is footage that hasn't been released yet, other than in this video.
40 vehicles a day. 2 shifts, we can build about 80.
So I don't think that there's like anything like super interesting here, but you know, you see ovens here, solder paste here. I can't really make out what these words are saying here. I don't know if anyone is able to see those, but yeah, this is the whole. You can see like right here, light efficiency test. So this is some kind of testing rig. You see a little Aptera in the corner here, but this is a render of their solar panel manufacturing facility.
Vehicles a day, so 20,000 vehicles a year.
Okay, so those are the interesting things that we noticed in this video, a render of the solar panel manufacturing area. They're now changing the wording on the solar panel efficiency from up to 40 miles per day to about an average of 30 miles per day in ideal conditions, which I think is actually a better way for them to word it. And then almost a confirmation that they are going to be increasing prices. So prices are definitely going to increase. And I don't know who they're going to increase them on, whether they're going to increase them across the board to reservation holders or to just new reservation holders. And again, remember when you reserved, that money is not used by them. It's put in an escrow account. It's fully refundable. It just holds a place in line for you. And then when they're ready to build you a car, they will tell you what the actual price is at that point. Hopefully, it's not going to change too much, but we've all expected it. The supply chains are rough. Everything's gone up. Inflation is a little crazy. It'd be shocking if they didn't have to increase prices. Hopefully, it's not a large increase in price, and hopefully it doesn't apply to current reservation holders. But who knows? We haven't gotten final word on that. But it seems like it's almost a done deal that a price increase is coming down the pipeline, and pretty much every manufacturer has done that, so that's not unexpected. And then it looks like the wheel covers being wobbly, that's definitely been fixed because it went over that manhole cover with zero problems. um, when it was like there was zero wobble on that. Okay, well, thanks for watching, guys. Thanks as always to our supporting members, and have a great day, everyone.